Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening. What is it? Like two? As y'all can see, my camera looks a lot better, right? We had to work out some kinks. Cause I was like, at first I thought I was tripping, right? And that actually leads me into the topic of the day. And I think it is like a lot of people, when they start something, they just expect stuff to be perfect, right? And because they're looking for perfection in something, it literally hinders them from actually executing, if that makes sense. Typically, if people have an execution problem, it's because they're trying to be perfect, and nothing about this market is perfect because if the market is made up of human emotions, then you just got to think about the fact of is there a perfect person? There isn't. Everyone has flaws and everyone has, I guess, tributes to them that make them better than some, but everyone is not perfect. So at the same time, it's like, if you're so used outside of the market on waiting for perfection in order to execute something, like something that's new, because there's I don't even say like fear and stuff no more. There is just really like familiar territory, and then there's like unfamiliar territory. And then it's almost like people, once they get into unfamiliar territory, that's where the fear begins, right? So like check this out. I'm a more of a swing trader than anything. When I started out, I was more of an intraday swing, but I was an intraday trader. I always had that swing outlook. Therefore, I'm able to execute on these lower time frames, but still keep the main trend in mind. And I'm not saying the main trend is always a buy, but every trend has its season for everything. So it always still comes back to what my mentor told me in 2020, because at every single level, you're still trying to get better, if that makes sense. So if I seek mentorship from somebody doing better than me in 2020 and I became a millionaire in 2019, and then I do it again in 2024 because somebody has made more than me, then it's just like I'm always at a constant state of trying to sharpen my edge because, like I said, no one's perfect. And even though I was able to like just not be on like government assistance and stuff anymore by choice at that point in 2019. It's like you still have to grow in life because it's like, what if I was someone that never grew again in 6, 7 years? Like, what would that look like? It actually probably look like, I mean, it's like, check this. I used to work at Papado Seafood Kitchen. I always tell you guys it was the best job I feel like I had. But I'm coming out the gate, coming out of high school with 100K a year serving tables. But it's because I mean, I got people skills. See, people don't think I do, but I do. Got really good people skills to make $100,000 serving tables, right? There's just a process with everything, though. There's a process serving tables. There's a process in business. There's a process in real estate. There's a process in e-commerce. There's a process at your job. There's a process in my job, and there's a process in this market. So it comes to the point of it's just unfamiliar because you don't know the process behind it. So if I know that I am more of an intraday swing trader and I have a habit of holding my trades for a long period of time, when I know that if I start $100 account and I've grown it time and time again to, 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures, I'm not saying every single day, every single month, every single year, but often enough to where it's like, okay, how many times I'm gonna do this before people kind of, I don't know, like understand it. And it's almost why day trading is so hard because people are never gonna understand it. So my perspective is if I can't grow a $100 account to 10,000 in a week, the market wasn't ready for that anyway, or at least the market that I was in wasn't ready for it. So everything like in life there comes with, how do you say, just something that kind of just throws the vibe off. Like I'm a more swing trader, but when the market slams down and I've been holding the trade for 5 days, it kind of throw the vibe off. But at the same time, my mindset is still, if the account can't go from 100 to 10,000 in a week, it wasn't going to do that anyway. But the thing that keeps me, I would say, like grounded, I guess, in the market is because I can grow these accounts to that. So it's like the market has been really choppy lately, and we have been really in consolidation, especially on the crypto side since, I mean, October. But it's just like I know people that's lost, say, 1,500, 3,000, 10,000 in the market this week because the market going back and forth. And even as a scalper, intraday trader, or swing trader, every one of them has advantages and disadvantages. My advantage in the course of being more of a swing trader is that when the market is chopping or being really volatile like it is on Wednesdays and it just decides to slam all the way down, even though it came down, it still came down in a matter of mm, like it fell in structure, if that makes sense. So it still is respected the area that we bought 5, 6 days ago, but now it's like we have way less positions, and that's the annoying part. But it doesn't completely blow the account. It's just like it has taken so many positions, but at the same time, some people are intraday trading, they in and out this market, they losing bands, right? I'm still on $100 account 6 days later. We are still alive. We just barely fucking alive. You know what I'm talking about? So it's just like you kind of got to figure out what you want. Like what is your goal? Because I already know what my goal is. Like when I blow accounts, I don't even feel anything. Like I don't feel anything anymore. And because of the way that I trade, like I be ready to I'm more swing than anything because my viewpoint is I'm doing it for time. So I want the money to work for me. I don't want to always look at it. I ain't gonna hold you. I slept in today. I was knocked the fuck out. But I mean, if I know the market's slammed down and we still in positions, the worst thing it could do is take the rest of the positions that we've been holding for 6 days. So now it's just a matter to me of waiting on what the market wants to do because honestly, if I'm in trades from 6, 7 days ago, I'm not gonna get manipulated in the market as much, especially on a Wednesday as somebody that just entered like that day, right? And so it's like timing the market versus time in the market, and at some point you gotta get good at both, right? So like I don't know, I guess being successful as a day trader is really about understanding the process because even though there's a process in the market, there's a process in everything, like the process on educating you guys more on YouTube. As we can see, my camera looks a lot better now, but that required me to get some outside help because I wasn't always, using my Microsoft Surface Pro in order to to do more videos, but since I'm getting more content out, it's a matter of me setting systems in place so that even when I'm pushing content, everything looks a certain way. Everything is said a certain way. There's certain tags, there's certain descriptions to where it's like once certain systems are in place, some of those systems don't have to be moved anymore, if that makes sense. And that's where I am because it's just like a lot of people know me as one way for Sniper Scope, but they don't understand that I also have a new side of the business, which is Infinity Loop Unlocked as well. Because it's like just because you met me in my 20s as this person doesn't mean I'm not allowed to grow. But that's probably because no one has gave you permission to grow as well. Because to me, I've overcame so much, it doesn't matter what people say to me, if that makes sense, because it's like, think about it. I'm just now starting to tell people who I really am. So then when people say things to me, like, oh, I feel like they be trying to tell me who I am instead of letting God do that. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's just like, you got to understand you was only there for so much of the journey. So it's not my job to tell you who you are. I'm here to tell you, I guess, to testify, tell you what I survived, tell you what I'm doing, tell you what I'm working on. And right now I'm working on this challenge and it's going to be $100 challenge. And I think I could take it to $150,000. And if I don't take that to $150,000 by June 1st, then I owe somebody $1,000. And we'll worry about who I choose from the public to do that later. But then it's just like, that's if I lose, somebody gets 1,000. But if I win, it's almost like, what do I get? I guess I get the 150K. And it's a matter of just standing on the name. You got to understand if you starting from where I started, I didn't have anything. I didn't have no $5,000, no thousand, no 10,000, no 20,000. No fucking nothing. I didn't have shit. I didn't even have $500. I couldn't even survive the fucking day if I ran out of money back then, if that makes sense. So it's just a matter of, I guess, getting yourself out of your comfort zone because just because something isn't perfect doesn't mean just wait. Because it's just a matter of, like, time passes things, but keep in mind time gonna pass regardless. So it's like you kind of got to do something in that time. So if I know I got a lot of free time and I know which way God is pushing me, then from there it's just a matter of I've been off social media for a few months, so I've already have that piece on. All right, I've grown so much off social media. It's a matter of coming back and then it's like, this person seems like they have a problem with me growing into a new position, and that's just not the authority they have over me, especially since I'm still waiting on people to result me. You know, if that makes sense? Because it's like I know that I have something valuable that I can bring to the world, but it's a matter of proving it. And if I know I started with nothing, then you guys, I have to meet you at the level you're at. But that doesn't necessarily mean I have to intertwine myself completely into that level. Like I don't have to sit and be annoyed all day. I'm still gonna always protect my peace and stuff like that, but I can still educate you guys on things to think about and understand that the process in the market is no different than the process you're gonna have to learn in business anyway. The process you're gonna have to learn if you're trying to out YouTube me, the process you're gonna have to learn on social media to outmarket me, the process you're gonna have to learn anyway at your job because they got a process and you're gonna have to learn it. And if you don't learn a process, they're gonna fire your ass. That's what it come down to me. And I mean everything. So you gotta understand you either okay with just starting and shit not being perfect and letting go of how do you say I guess the expectations that you have for excuse me something because me and the account challenge I think I've been doing it the wrong way. I think I've been doing it from a source of trying to show you guys you could do whatever you want out of this life. But I need to show y'all I am doing what the fuck I want out of this life. And I started with $100. So if my mindset is if I only had $100 to my name, or if I didn't have shit, my main thing would be go get a job. And then, but that's different because I already have the skill set. So my main thing would be go get a job, go get money coming in restaurants. Back then, you know, after training, you get paid every single day. I think what the way I saw my baby daddy, he still served tables. The way I saw him doing it now was, I think some restaurants do like checks, was like checks every single week. As many times as it takes for you to get paid in order to grow this account to 10,000, that's how long you're basically going to be at that job. And I'm saying 10,000, but it could be any number. Everybody have different ways of living. Some people don't have no responsibilities to where fucking $3,000 to change their goddamn life or $1,000 to change their life and they could live the whole month off $1,000. You can't do that shit over here in the suburbs in Texas. Absolutely not. But but it's just all about where you are as a person. So it's like, in my perspective, if I lost everything, I mean, it would be go get a job, go get a job. But it's just like as you grow, you know, in like business, it's like you get a network. So that would never happen if you lost everything. You could be able to pull from your network, so on and so forth. And if you can't, when you get back up, niggas can't be in your network. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's always from a point. I could talk on that because I've lent niggas $25,000 before. And then prayed they gave it back. Most of the time they give it back because they know I'm not playing that dumbass shit. Like, I will hunt your ass the fuck down. Like, I'm gonna find your children, bitch. That's how I am. But I don't lend nobody that if I don't trust them like that no more. You know? But it's a matter of a process of me learning that too. I have a process of how I am in relationships as well. I feel like me in relationships is I'm gonna come hold the whole time because that's if I've decided I want to be with somebody, I'm gonna be completely me because I don't know how to hold nothing back. Because if I gotta spend mental energy holding back because it might not align the vibes, the energy, and that's in, not just even personal relationships, in business and everything, and clients too. If it's too hard, the shit not aligning, and then it's like you gotta pivot. So if you don't know how to pivot, you're gonna have a lot harder time doing things than me because I'm okay with not showing up perfect and then fixing it along the way to where even this video looks a whole lot better than the videos I've been putting out because we have been rearranging certain things so that we are able to handle the influx of individuals that we are trying to help. If that makes sense. And I can't help anybody if I can't help myself, if I can't help my team, so on and so forth. So it's like in order to do all that, you gotta have systems in place. Same for you. Like I always have friends and say if they need help, I help them. But then it's like if they're always in a constant state of needing help, now we gotta rework the plan. Okay, what's going on? Okay, so what happened to this? All right, you gave that to your family and now you in this. So next time I need you to think about that because it's just like if you got a bucket with a goddamn hole in it and you trying to fill it with water, there's not gonna be no fucking water in that bucket. So I mean, that bucket one analogy is kind of like the broker one too. People always have this long debate on fucking like, what is it? Regulated brokers and unregulated brokers. And I'm here to tell you, if you don't have anything, an unregulated broker is the least of your worries. And even when I get the accounts to bigger amounts, I've never, no matter how many, I've had an account with damn near every broker you could think of. There's regulated and unregulated. I'm not gonna sit here and go down the entire broker list now because you could type it into Google and type in Forex brokers or crypto trading brokers and they're gonna pop up for you. But it's just like if you don't understand that a regulated broker is going to give you less leverage to work with, therefore your money's going to grow a little bit slower. And then an unregulated broker is going to give you leverage like 1 to 2,000, 1 to 500, 1 to 1,000. And granted, sometimes they might try to fuck up. Like I remember I was trading that 100 to 25K account. I was trading that one on Traders Way. And then Traders Way, I know I was on 100 to, I was on 1 to 1,000 leverage, but that account started with 100. I'm doing so well on that account. Halfway through the flip, they flip it. They change my leverage. They didn't say shit either. I just logged into the account and saw. I felt that change. It was trying to fuck up my free margin. But I'm a swing trader. My entries are so good and the market is booming. The brokers only got so much control. So they can control shit like changing the leverage on my ass. But it's just like if my positions are so good and I'm not entering at stupid levels, then it's like there's nothing they can do about that. But they can hinder me from entering more entries on their head because yo bad, you probably took the opposite side of me. I don't know why, dumbass broker. So it's a matter of that. It's just about um that's just the entry you're gonna have to pay to get into the club. That's just what it costs. You gotta pay whatever it costs to get in. And with some people, they're like, oh, I get people only have so much, but I used to only have so fucking much, and you have to take those risks. And it's like if you always in a constant state of, well, I can't afford to do that right now. I can't do that. Da, 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 da. It's just like, why the fuck do you think I'm gonna stop what the fuck I'm doing day to day and sit here and convince you? I'd rather sit here and show you what the fuck I could do, and no matter how much I wanted the signals to do the 100 to 100K challenge, the signals can still do the 100 to 100K challenge with me because I'm taking this bitch to 150K, but it's like it's a different way of thinking on. I'm not waiting for you niggas to wake up or go to sleep. I was trying to do it on y'all kind of schedule when I know y'all was awake. I ain't got to do that if I'm not adding that into the equation. So it's almost like same as me. The market not gonna wait for my black ass to wake up, right? So I'm pretty confident that I could do this challenge because I'm taking away all the factors of the world. I really don't give a fuck about human beings and what they feel like they can and can't do because it's just a matter of your capacity. And I'm not here to hold anyone's capacity for them, right? I'm here to hold my own. And the more you understand the rules of the market, the more, well, I guess the easier it is to be like, I mean, that account, oh, that account didn't work out. Next account, this account didn't work out. Next account, because when the market is actually ready, the market is going to flip. But if you're always in a state of consolidation, loading the accounts over and over again, all you're gonna do is blow them hoes faster, right? And that's someone, and I'm speaking from somebody that can scalp, can intraday, can swing. I know the advantages of all three. The most annoying one is probably swing trading because shit can go for weeks at a time. If I'm in a buy and that shit buy for weeks, I'm in the buy for weeks. But then there's annoying seasons like all right, I've been holding this shit for 7 days. All right, I've been holding this shit for 3 weeks. All right, I've been holding this shit for 4 weeks. All right, Marco turned around and did some dumbass shit. Like, you can't control that. But you gotta kind of roll with the punches. You're not gonna ever see me be like, oh, I loaded $10,000 in the account. I ain't gotta load no $10,000 in the account. I don't have to. But then you gonna be like, how'd you get 10,000 in the account? I grew it from 100 because you can do that. You can absolutely do that, but you got to be patient. And once you understand the rules of the game, everything else is just about patience, waiting for the setup to come to you. And the setup gonna always come to you. Most people are just not patient, and that comes back to humans. They're not perfect? I'm not perfect. You're not perfect, but I don't care about being perfect in order to execute. I'm okay with talking and executing in front of people, even though I might have my own expectation. I'm like, what the fuck this market doing this? Da, 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 da. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why I'm able to grow their accounts by myself, but not with the signals. But then it's because by myself, outside of taking accounts of the signals, I was like, I'm not waiting for y'all to wake up. So I'm just like, I'm still gonna do the same shit, and I hope y'all hear the notification. You better keep the notifications on, because I don't know what you're gonna do if I'm trading London session and US session. I understand you gotta get up and wake up and get the kids ready for school and go to work and da da da. But fuck all that. The market ready right now. I'm not waiting for that no more. And that's the season that I am, because I feel like I'm called to something higher. I've already been pretty good about more, say, explaining it and teaching the public. Like, I feel like I don't mind teaching anymore, especially on YouTube, because it's a matter of whether I say it or not, are you gonna be consistent at saying it, doing it the way that I said? And from the signals alone, I know that you're not, because as soon as you start taking too many losses, you're gonna change your behavior. Because I'm not sitting there to tell you to stop, don't change shit. It's not you that need to change. It's the entries that need to change. It's the market that need to change. If we in a choppy ass consolidated market, it's the market that need to change, not you. Unless you don't know the rules. If you didn't learn from me, I'm not talking to you. I don't know what the fuck you know. But if you learn from me, if you learn from me, it's not you that need to change. It's the market, because I've been executing the same way since 2019. So if I know that I'm the constant variable, the way that I trade is the constant variable, and I can't sell $100,000, seven fucking figures, eight figures. I can do that. It's not me or anybody that's learned from me that needs to change. It's the wrong kind of market. But you gotta understand, yeah, you could be in and out the market, but if you got a habit of jumping in and out, your ass ain't finna hold nothing. I can tell you that. I've been teaching long enough to see that. I don't even go back and forth with traders no more. There's nothing to go back and forth about. You could do whatever you want out of this life. That's what I'm here to continue to show you. You don't even need me, but you do need my mindset. And that's why I think I enjoy talking to y'all even more like this, because you need that mindset help. You need that real world analogy. You need that real world change, not just somebody with an M3, not just somebody with a Bugatti, because you don't know how the fuck they got it. You understand advertisement too, so if they're not showing you a back office and they can't verify the trades for real, to me it don't make no sense. I don't want to copy nobody that don't want to be completely vulnerable with me. And I'm not saying that I'm the best at vulnerability, because guess what? There's a process of me even learning vulnerability because of the way that I grew up. Me, I don't understand vulnerability, because it's just like, after you get vulnerable with somebody, what's fucking next? What's fucking next after that? Nothing fucking changed unless you changing it, if that makes sense. So just understand where you are. Understand it's okay to take losses, because losses is one thing, but it only take one account to take it there. And you don't need multiple accounts a week to take it there. And for sure, I don't even feel rushed in the market no more, because it's just like, the way that I want to trade is I do want to swing, because if I sleep in late like I did today, I'm not gonna wake up and feel like I owe nobody an answer. I don't give a fuck. I woke up late. I'm not checking in no fucking job, bitch. If I want to wake up at 12, I ass woke up at 12. I went to sleep at 4, 5. I didn't need that sleep though. I felt good. I feel great today, but you know, it's like you got to be patient. What's today? Thursday. I do have a private session today, so I get to look at the charts again today. It's like, all right, let's give the market time. Let's see what the market want to do. So on and so forth. So understand where you are in your journey. Understand you got to set systems in place. Understand there's a process. And understand that if you just sitting here, I know a lot of niggas trying to be perfect. You sitting here trying to just be perfect, your ass probably not gonna make it, because the shit is not perfect. Every single day I'm changing something about something, because it's not the way I want it to go, or it's not doing what I needed to do at that point in time. And that's where you gotta get at in life too. And stop letting niggas tell you what to do, because them niggas is not God. They don't even know nothing about themselves. They don't know shit about themselves. So I stopped a long time ago letting people tell me about anything, because they don't know shit. They just now learned my mama was schizophrenic. What the fuck you got to tell me? I just told you what I'm 30. I'm just not telling y'all. Come on, bro. That's what I'm talking about. People don't know what people are or not. Only thing at the end of the day is results. So it's just like, if somebody got a disagreement with me and they're like, well, you probably not the best person to go for, da 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 da, and that thought process because you grew up like this, bitch. I grew up like that, and that's why I'm here because I did the opposite of that, and then where I am right now. Hate to say it, hate to pull that card, but I will. Of I'm higher in life than most, so that's card on telling you my story, and then people try to use it against you. That shit don't fucking matter here, bitch. You at the end of the conversation, you still gotta go talk to somebody else. I'ma sit my black ass here, talk on YouTube, talk to my daughter, trade the market, call my friend, might be on the phone for a couple hours, talk to some students. I mean, assets is already invested, but the way that I think, I just want my assets to work for myself because at some point, I used to be at a point of having to work for the goddamn money. At some point, you gotta make the money work for you. That's what it come down to at one way or another, right? And you either comfortable with that or you not. And if you're not comfortable with it, you're not even gonna be comfortable trading. This shit is hard. It's hard. But if you feel like you up for a challenge, then challenge yourself and stop being fucking scared of what people gonna say. Cause fuck them. They don't know shit about themselves. Don't let them tell you shit about yourself. That's what it comes to at the end of the day. So, um, I think that's all I got today. Just understand like the process and falling. Then that's what they mean by falling in love with the process. Because even though there's a process of setting everything up and coming back after 12 months and shit like that, and talking on a new platform and shit like that, and getting comfortable on this platform and explaining the story and teaching you guys certain things about the market and how failures in the market is like failures in this side of the business and this side, this is what I've experienced over here. It's I can only tell you about my experience. And that's what the process is. Me coming back, I'm trying to motivate y'all to want better for yourselves. But I've realized some of you niggas don't want better for yourselves. Some of y'all want to be fucking losers, and I'm okay with that. But I want better for myself all the time. So we gonna switch the narrative. Let's not make it about y'all. Let's make it about me because it should have been about me all along. I'm the one changing everybody's life. It should have always been about me. So yeah, guys. I hope y'all liked it and hope you learned a lot. And you can, if you want, like and subscribe. If you don't, I'm gonna talk anyway. You're just not gonna get notified when some important shit happen and I'm speaking on it. So that's where I'm at.